Calculate. This is another question under numbers of mole. Under stoichiometry what? Ratio. Are we together? Calculate the numbers of mole. That is one. Calculate the what? The numbers of what? Mole. One. Present in what? 4.0 times 10 raised to power what? 23 atoms. Let's check this. Atoms. Wherever you see atoms, what formula comes to your mind? N equals to what? Numbers of particles. All of them what? Avogadro's what? Constant. Very simple. What would that be? Of what? Oxygen gas. Have it in mind that we have what? We have numbers of mole, right? Which is what? N equals to what? Equals to what? Numbers of particles. Are we together? Numbers of particles. Numbers of what? Of particles. Particles. Bracket what? Atoms. What is our numbers of particles here? It is this. All upon what? Avogadro's what? Constant. 6.02 times 10 raised to power what? 23. Are we all in together? Now what follows? N now. What are we asked to calculate? Numbers of mole, which is our N. We are given numbers of particles, which is this. And why? What make it is not magic? What make me to know that this is the formula to use? Just check. Atoms. The extra unit for particles is what? Atoms. Are we together? And the only formula that talks about atoms is this formula. Are we together? Now what follows? N equals to what are we having? 6 point what? 6 point what? Is 02. Okay, sorry. 4.06. Are we all in? Times 10 raised to power 20 what? 20 what? 20. 10 raised to power 23. All upon what? 6.02 times 10 raised to power what? 20 what? 23. Are we together? Atoms what? Atoms, right? This is also what? Atom. Settles one. Are we together? Numbers of particles, atoms, all upon just cram. That is just it. Once you cram that 1 to 5 formula, you are good to go under stoichiometry when we are calculating numbers of mole. Now, what? Numbers of particles over 6.02 times 10 raised to power 23. Not 3. 23. Now, this is what is going to happen. Now, we do made a mistake. Don't press this directly in calculator and divide this by this. It do bring a what? An error. All you need to do, break them as a mathematics student. What would that be? 4.06 divided by what? 6.02. Multiply by 10 raised to power what? 23. All upon what? 10 raised to power 23. Very simple. Under indices. Isn't it? This divided by this, what is it going to give us? Is 0. What? Is 0. That means our N will be 0.67, isn't it? This now, in indices, what are we going to pick? Those people that know how to do math very well. This is 10, this is 10. The base are the same. You pick what? You pick one. You what? This is the power. This is the power. But it's having the divide. You minus. Isn't it? It will now be what? I know you know how to do that. Do that. It will now be 0. What? This times what? What would that be? 23. Divide will change to what? Minus 23. I'll pick 110 between this. And this will now give me N equals to 0.67 times 10 raised to power 23 minus 23 is that 0. And anything raised to power 0 in indices is 1. It will now be N equals to 0.6. Hope I'm not rushing. It's because I know this one is just normal mathematics calculation. This will now be 7 times 1. This times this will give us what? Is 0.67 moles. That is just the answer regarding this. Are we in together? Now the assignment on that is that you to change this. You can make this 5. Then you do it 5 times 5.07. Something times 10 is about 21 or 22. Then do it and you get your what? Numbers of mole. So she included. On this stoichiometry analysis, on this stoichiometry calculation, this will be our last calculation to run this what video up. If you need more on this or on any subject related to science courses, you can put it on the, or if there's any one topic bothering you also put it in the comment what section. Are we into this? This is calculate the numbers of mole. What will that be again? What are we asked to calculate? Numbers of what? Moles. For those watching, numbers of mole. Please try and identify your data parameters given. Calculate the what? Numbers of mole present in what? What are we given? Check this SI unit. They didn't mention the name, but we can guess this one through the what? SI unit, which is what? V, volume. Are we? This is mole. That's what we have to. We are given volume of an ideal gas. Ideal gas. What would that be? That means the question is related to what? An ideal something. Yeah. Are we together? Exerting a what? Pressure of what is this? The SI unit for pressure is millimeter mercury, mmHg. Another SI unit is atm, atmosphere. Yeah, pressure can be in millimeter mercury or can be in what? atm. This is our pressure, right? What follow? At what? Room temperature. What is that? Room temperature is they don't want to tell us what is room temperature, but have it in your mind that room temperature is what? 25 degrees Celsius. What do I call it? 25 degrees Celsius. Whatever you in biology, in chemistry, physics, at room temperature it is what? 25 what? Degree what? Celsius. While parameters, everything is clear, right? Numbers of mole. What is relating these together? What and what? We are having numbers of mole. We are having what? Volume. Are we together? We are having pressure, and we are having what? Temperature. What relate that together? What formula? N equals to what? PV over R T. This is the formula to use. This is the what? Formula to what? To use. For those watching, this is the formula to use. How do we know that this is the formula? It is not magic. Okay, it's magic. The formula to use is ideal gas. Ideal gas. And this is what is relating to what? Ideal what? Gas. Are we together? We make N the subject of the formula because of what we are asked to what? Find numbers of mole. Are we together? Now, the second thing is R. R is what? We are given P. What is our P? 560 millimeter mercury. P equals to 560 what? Millimeter what? Mercury. What follows? We are given volume. What is our volume? Our volume is what? 200 and what? 200 centimeter cube. What else are we still given? Temperature. At room temperature, I told you that it is what? 25 point what? This 25 degrees Celsius. What else that we are looking for? N or no? What of R? Are we given R? No. How do you know? How are we going to get our R? R is of two things. R is ideal constant, and it is of how many things? Two things. What? The constant is 0.0821 or what? 8.314. What are we going to use between the two? That is the main problem. Now, what are you going to use? You can use either any of this and this, but I will advise you use this. But when you are using this, you have to convert this your centimeter. Your volume must be in BMP. Your volume must be in what? BMP. And your pressure for those preparing for jam and why your pressure must change from millimeter mercury to what? ATM, atmospheric. How do you change millimeter mercury to ATM? That is the main problem. How do we change volume from cm cube to what? dm cube? It is very simple. Just know that 200 cm cube divided by 1000, you have changed it to dm cube. And this one, how are we going to do that? Are we together? What are we having here? 560. Are we in together? 560. Let me clean this up. We are about to round it up. But please listen to this question very well. What we want to convert, let's firstly convert this. Have it in mind that to convert millimeter mercury to ATM, it is 760 millimeter mercury. Are you with me? Millimeter mercury equals to, are we together? Equals to what? Equals to what? 1 ATM. 1 ATM. Not automatic teller machine. It is what? Atmospheric what? Atmosphere. Now, what are we given? 500 and what? 60 millimeter mercury. Is it here I'm going to put it or here? Here. Are we together? What would that be? What? 560 what? Millimeter what? Mercury. All equals to S. We don't know. then cross multiply. What would that be? 560 times 1. What would that be? Then 700 and this times this. 760s. Are we together? 760s. This times this will give us what? 560. Now divide through by what? 760 to get s. Divide this by what? 760. This settles this. Someone should help us with the pressing of the calculator. 560 divided by 760.
0.7.
Is 0.7 what? 4. What am I going to put at the SI unit? ATM. That is that under that. Now what follows? We have converted this to ATM. What? Convert the following. How are we going to? I told you that why are we converting? It's because of this app that we want to use. It is compulsory you convert. Convert volume to DMQ. Convert pressure to what? ATM. Are we together? This will now be what? 200. Are we? The 200 divided by 1000. What would that be? This settles this. This settles this. 2 divided by 10. Is it not 0.2? Is 0.2 what? Is 0.2 what? DM key. Are we together? All know that 1000 centimeter cube equals to what? 1 DM cube. Then 200 centimeter cube will give us what? The way we do this pressure. It's still the same thing. Are we? That is how we get this. Now what follows? Make sure you convert your what? Temperature to what? The normal standard temperature is what? At room temperature is what? It is to Kelvin, not Celsius. By what? Just say plus 273. 25 plus 273. What is it gonna give us? 25 plus what? 273.
298.
200 and what?
98.
That means our temperature now. Should I clean this one? 200 and what? 298 what? Kelvin. Are we? Our this one is 0.2 DMK. Are we together? What follows? This one will be what now? This one will be what? Is 0.74 what? ATM. These are the parameters you use. Now should I clean? Now let's erase this. What and what? What follows is that N equals to what? What is our P now? What do we get? Is 0.74 times what is our V? Our V is what? Is 0.2. Are we together? Divide by what is our R? Is 0.0821. Are we together? Multiply by what is our T? 298. Now press this and let's get the result. That is just all. It's very simple. It just matters on what or on what converting. Don't forget to like, share, and what subscribe on the what on the button, right? Which this will now be what? This times this. What is it gonna give us? This times this, right? Is 0.1 what? 5. Divide by this times this. What is it going to give us? Is 0.0821 times 298.
24.47.
24.47. Now divide this by this. What is it giving us? Is 0.15 divided by this. So please and please, you can do more practice questions on this stoichiometry analysis, and you find it more interesting. 6 point what? 6.13 what?
Times 10 raised to power minus 3.
Times 10 raised to power what? Minus what?
3.
Minus 3, right? Moles. That is just the answer. That is just the what? Answer. And believe me, in exam, if you can't see it like this, it might be in decimal. If it's being in decimal, maybe in your jam, you calculated this, and the answer you get, it is 0 point something. All you need to do, try and reverse this one. This is what type of form is this? Standard form. You change it to what? What would that be? Let's change it to decimal. Minus 3. That means from the back, right? It will be how many 0? 3 0. 0 0 0. Where am I going to put my point? Here, isn't it? Then 6 1 3. Moles. It's still the same thing. So the jam or white do that something. They will make it more complicated. You can't find this, then you can find this there. Are we all in together? I still remember I'm almost safe. Akorede Oruwayinke Hassan Asop Academy. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and click more on our next video. Inshallah. Barakallahu fikum.